Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Peace Memorial Multiplex here in Wainwright, Alberta. It is the final game of the round robin, and it features the host Wainwright Wrestlers taking on the Morinville Kings. My name is Grayson Knutson, pleased to be joined in the broadcast booth by Tyler Remchuk, Dave Foley on camera, Alex Testowich on switcher, and Rob Zitlau directing this ICU Video Productions Procast. It is Hockey Alberta Senior AA Provincial Championship. Tyler, for the Wainwright Wrestlers, it's basically do or die. They need a win, and then the math has to work out for them to get into the bronze medal game. Yeah, we haven't done the math yet, but the Wrestlers, if they want to even just get into the bronze, they can't get into the gold medal game. They're going to need to win, and you know what? It'd probably help if they won by a handful. On the flip side, for Morinville, as the puck is down and we are underway, a win for them guarantees a spot in the gold medal game. Even a point will do that. Wainwright on the attack early, and Ty Swab makes a stop only 10 seconds into this one. Ty Swab, we saw him once earlier already in this tournament, and he's looked pretty good between the pipes. He was up for debate as to be the player of the game in Morinville's last one. And on the flip side of this, we got Cade Spencer. He's been tremendous as well, despite the fact his team hasn't won a game yet. Wrestlers on the attack early. McCluskey has the puck in the corner. Creasy battling with it, and here comes Granger the other way for the Kings. McKinley breaks that up and sends it back in on Swab, who just hands it off to Jesse Slobodjian. Slobodjian again, up for Wilson. Steps out into space and moves the puck forward. Kyle Harris trying to get that one for Granger. It's intercepted, sent back down, no icing. Slobodjian taking his time. Brent McMahon surveying the scene for Wainwright. Slobodjian looking long, chipped ahead by Cavell. McMahon trying to find a streaking Herzog. He got a touch on that one, and it negates the icing call. Puck is chipped into the neutral zone, and Cavell will go forward for Morinville. Loses the handle. Mackay couldn't get there in time. He just chipped it out. Cavell towards the net. That one will go wide of Cade Spencer. Carr picks it up for Morinville, and he just chops it across the ice, and Fisher has it for Wainwright. That's Tyler Fisher. That one bounced off a skate of a King, and back to get it is number 81, Tyler Dicker. Two Dickers on this squad, 81 Tyler, 41 Calvin. Carlson sends it back in for the Kings. Fisher flips it forward. Carlson bats it back, but Kelvin Hamilton is there to pick it up. Sends it across. One more almost in time for Zach Mackay. Back behind the net is Chaston Braid. Spins away from one man, then gives it away to Nolte. Plett was down there as well for Morinville, and it is going to be Braid coming away with it. Hounded by Nolte, and he gets the stick hacked out of his hands, and it's going to be the first power play of the game going the way of the Wainwright Wrestlers. You see Nolte, one reach, two reach, and then he tried to just come around the other side. I mean, the whole time he was just a stride away from Braid, so credit to Braid, who kept his feet moving and definitely did a good job to draw that one. Wainwright with the man advantage will send out Marchand, McMahon, and also Herzog. McKinley at the point, as is Spencer Gosselin. McMahon shoots, glove save and a rebound. McMahon will pick it up in the corner, down to Gosselin. Herzog now. Herzog, McKinley. Herzog across to Gosselin. That's tipped in front by McMahon, and Swab makes a save. Wilson getting there for the Kings, looking for an outlet and finds one in Carlson, who rings it off the boards. Gosselin picked it up, tried to move it back quickly, but Wrestlers were still offside. They'll make changes now. And McKinley is back to start the breakout once again. Gosselin moving it forward. Nobody on that side of the ice, so Slobodjian just whacks it back the other way. McKinley begins again.
I really like McKinley on these power plays. Smooth skating defenseman, and when he gets that puck at the top, he's the definition of a power play quarterback.
And that shot right there from Creasy is into the King's crest in Ty Swab's chest.
Again, a rush that starts with the smooth skating of McKinley, a nice pass, and a play to the middle, and Adam Creasy, he's got a pair of goals already in this tournament. He's looked really good. Almost grabs another one there.
So Wainwright, an offensive zone faceoff with 56 seconds left on their power play. Pfister, the center, gets kicked out. McCluskey will step in to take it. Adam Creasy, the other forward. Fisher and Mackay. That's Morgan Mackay tipped in front, and it goes in. They score. Took a little while for that one to actually go across the line, but the Rustlers are on the board first.
Nice feed down low. Look at that little spin move. Scott McCluskey, what a gorgeous pass, and then got to give some credit to Pfister, I believe, who would just stick on the ice, put your head down, go to the net, and get rewarded right there. The home side has a lead here, and it's a power play marker to boot.
An early advantage on the shot clock for Wainwright, 5-0. They know what's on the line for them. They need goals, and they need plenty of them. Dumped in, and Hamilton will chase after this one. They're giving it to McCluskey right now. Mackay at the point will dump it down. Fisher pinching in from the blue line. Tried to keep it alive, couldn't do it. Hamilton covering for him. Now here's Brennan. Tom Brennan, saucer pass across, was looking for Matthew Felice. Couldn't reel it in. Hamilton. Bump there, and Thorburn will send it across. Kings on the move here. And sent back into center ice. Carlson will pick that one up. Tried to play it forward there for Daneziuk, but it's off his stick. Here come the Rustlers now. Moving that puck in is Marchand. Swab will think better of playing it and just hold on to that one.
We'll get another look here at that goal. I had the names kind of mixed up on the side of the net. It was, yeah, number 9 right there. Scott McCluskey, a spin play in front, and then a nice finish by Pfister. I see, they're saying McCluskey hit it in again. I'm not sure if he did.
Not sure he did. I think Pfister should get credit for that at the end of the day.
Yeah, because when the official announcement came, I kind of started to second guess. What was I seeing? What numbers was I actually seeing? But no, I think that should be Pfister's goal. Regardless, Wainwright doesn't care who gets the credit. They're up 1-0, and it was a gorgeous goal.
Petersma couldn't track that one down, was trying to beat the puck there for icing.
Faceoff comes all the way back down to Swab's right-hand side, and there again taking the draw. You see number 8, Chad Marchand. He's had a lot of chances here, maybe not scoring at the rate he'd like to so far this tournament. He's a dangerous offensive player.
Petersma picks it up, got Cavell streaking the pass though behind him. Still Cavell coming in. Cavell to the backhand, he scores! What a goal! Cole Cavell makes it 1-1.
And what a play by Cavell, player of the game in Morinville's second game, and right there, the pass is behind him, and you kind of think, okay, well, there's no way he's going to receive this. Not only the fact he received it when it was behind him, he kept his speed up the entire way and was able to maintain that breakaway speed. Just a high-end goal for Cole Cavell, and the nice backhander to finish it off.
Such an impressive receive. He was able to bring it back in front of him so quickly there. And that's a real tough first test of the game for Cade Spencer. Shot, what a glove save by Swab. Long way out was Dicker, but Swab flashes the leather. Here's the goal one more time. Look at this, just taps it forward. Yeah. So nice from Cavell. And then he's gonna just make a little backhand move here, and fortunately for Spencer, it's the first shot he sees, and it's a real tough test.
Petersma grabs the assist on that one as well, number 92.
Kept in briefly. Here come the Kings the other way. Kyle Harris cutting towards the net. Granger back there, and Gosselin comes away with it for Wainwright. Hounded by number 44 from Morinville. That's Adam Wilson. There's Wilson right there right now trying to get this puck out. Sends a long pass ahead to Granger. Granger has Carlson going to the net, and he just fires it on goal. Shouldered away there by Spencer. Number 41 in orange is Calvin Dicker trying to move that puck forward. Pfister has it. Granger gets a stick on it, and it lands right in that person's lap. And they were on their phone.
Yeah.
They don't seem too concerned anyway.
They didn't see it coming at all because they were on their phone. There's a look at that stop from Swab, keeping this one all evened up. Good pace to this game to start. A power play early, and Wainwright took advantage, but then Morinville, they're a dangerous, dangerous offensive team. Really a group that can roll 4 lines and hurt you with all of them.
Slobodian has it. Just hanging out behind his net, looking for things to set up for the Kings. They just turn it over to Wainwright here. Fisher gets it ahead to McCluskey. To Creasy. McCluskey gets it back now. Double team behind the net. Creasy trying to jam it in front. Couldn't do it. Now he rubs out Plett. Fisher at the point. Lets a wrister go. It's right into the glove of Swab, who holds on for another whistle.
Slobodian not happy with Creasy. You see him going to the net here. Right at the top of the paint, though, was Swab when he gloved that one down. Good positioning. Been busy early, though.
Already 7 saves for Swab. We're not even 7 minutes into this one, so Wainwright has to be happy with how they've started here,
And
Tyler.
I think this is probably the best start we've seen from them so far in this tournament. Their last 2 have been a little uneventful. I mean, they got into some penalty trouble against Lethbridge.
Long shot there, easily handled. Number 15 is Taylor Shibata. Nice goal last night. Right in front, there's a backhander there. Jamming away is Kelvin Hamilton, and Swab once again there to keep the door closed.
Yeah, another play in front of that backhander. Look at Swab's positioning, though. Just right over and not too far where he kept the far side open, but he just completely swallowed that one up, giving no angle at all.
The body nice and upright as well.
Body upright, and he kind of, when there's a shot from in tight there, you almost just want to, if it goes upstairs, you need to trust that your shoulders will block it. So he kind of keeps his hands posted down by his side so nothing could get past him through any little hole.
Danesiak trying to play that one forward for Tom Brennan, just out of his reach, and the Rustlers have possession. Wearing those 40th anniversary throwback orange uniforms with the white trim and that old logo in the front. They look real sharp out there. What a hit by Mackay. Unfortunately, it was his own guy who he ran over. Shibata's none the worse for wear, though. He throws that one in front, and Thomas picks it up.
Just looking at the Wainwright bench, there's a couple guys with big smiles on their faces as that happened. You know, there'll be a little ribbon about that.
Carr comes back the other way. Zach Carr, we've seen him with the wheels, taken down nicely there by Brent McMahon. Cavell trying to shield the puck away from Marchand, and McKinley plays it off the boards. Didn't have the geometry right there for the pass to Herzog, but he gets it back. Neutral ice now. Here come the Kings. Carr, Zach Carr steaming in, takes a shot, kicked out, rebound is there. Sliding was Spencer, but the second attempt didn't get to him. Wainwright trying to bust out the zone here, and Herzog tried to tap a pass into the skates of Marchand to kick forward. McMahon comes right through the legs there, and that's an easy penalty call. He's going to claim he was playing the puck, but there's a where they
There's
collided.
that collision again, just huge. It could have been boarding if there was a gray jersey that hit him. Then there's that long shot from Carr, and almost on the rebound as well, but a good job coming back to block it with Spencer Goslin. Heir to the Goslin pipe and steel throne, I believe.
I think so. We see that one down at the end there.
There's a board ad that says Goslin, I'm assuming, since he plays on Wainwright.
Must be a family connection.
There's a couple other of those around the edge. Big power play chance here from Morinville.
Wilson trying to go in front. He's out there with Granger and Harris. Carr, the fourth forward. Pelche up top, has space. Try to pass instead. Carr, down low for Granger, just tips it to Harris. Granger gets it back. Creasy defending, and he gets it over top of Pelche, who was trying to jump to keep that one in.
All the way down the ice it goes. Swab comes out to stop it. Still 90 seconds to go here in the opening power play as Morinville looks to match the early power play success of Wainwright.
Harris takes it. Had it just slightly poked off his stick. Still in the offensive zone, though, only briefly as it goes out to neutral ice. And Clausen will chase down Peltier here. Also out there killing is McCluskey. Keeping a watchful eye on Granger, who bounces the puck ahead for Carr. Carr, a backhand saucer pass to Granger. In front to Harris, couldn't finish. Clausen trying to bang that one out, and it will bounce out thanks to McKinley. Wainwright trying to change up a few players here. They're going to send everybody off as Morinville goes back into their own end. Brennan looking for Cavell, too far in front of him, and 35 seconds remain now on this penalty to number 12 of Wainwright. That's Brent McMahon.
If Brennan would have just kept his feet going, it looked like he actually had a lane going right on hard to the net there. He decided to try force a pass and put it, unfortunately, right on the tape of Tyler Fisher, who's not on his team, Grayson.
No, it doesn't make a lot of sense to pass to the other guys, so that's dumped down once again, and that'll pretty much do it for this Morinville power play. Wainwright likely going to kill this one off as 5 seconds remain. Cavell skating up, leaves it for Felice. Felice into the middle. Spencer will steer that one to the corner. Out of the box. There's a long shot from Thomas. Rebound is there. A couple saves in tight from Spencer on Brennan.
Potentially 3 saves right in a row there on by Cade Spencer.
It's played ahead by Fisher and just got over the line before the Kings were bringing it back in with Thomas.
Not sure how many he'll get credited with here, but a rocket from Thomas. There's one. There's a second one right there, and then there's a third save as Brennan was trying to jam it 5-0 Thomas with an absolute rocket from the point. We saw him use his good point shot earlier in the tournament. He got the game winner in Morinville's opener on Thursday.
Wainwright needed one more player out there. They're not shorthanded anymore. They can play with 5 now. Peltier across to Slobodian, who just rings it in. Spencer not able to stop it, but that's okay. Makes a save there, leaves it for Chaston Braid, who chips it forward, looking for Clausen, decides just to keep going himself. Tells Clausen to just cover for him. Kings carrying it up now with Harris, trying to get around Dicker, taken down. Nobody's going to call that, I don't think. It's a bit of a dangerous hit by Braid, but seemed like everyone is okay. Peltier at the point, wrist shot, blocked there and swung out by Dicker. Nice play by Calvin Dicker.
Yeah, great play there to get in the lane and then also not just give up on it at all, using that active stick to push it out of the zone.
Here come the Kings once again. Number 6 is Jory McRae. Haven't seen a lot of him yet, as the Kings try to get all of their players involved now. Back the other way comes Creasy, runs into Lejmadier. We've heard that Tyler's mom is watching in Mexico, so hello. Hope you're enjoying this procast. And Mexico, obviously, we're a little jealous.
Very jealous because it's cold in this rink. If we could call this game from a beach in Mexico, you know how much happier I'd be?
Oh.
Not that I'm upset at all this situation. It's been a blast out here in Wainwright.
Absolutely, but I mean, a beach and a beer sound pretty good right about now, too. Penalty coming up here, and we got some extracurricular activity behind the play. Pletton, I can't quite see who that is. A Wainwright player, kind of exchanging punches back and forth. Looks like Adam Creasy. Here's Peltier shooting, and it's blocked. That was the play by Dicker earlier, and he was able to clear it, too. That was really well done. And going into the penalty box is Spencer Goslin. I think that was the initial call. They're going to let the other stuff kind of just go for now.
Can't imagine Spencer's too happy that the extracurriculars were let go. I think he was hoping that things would kind of even themselves out. Second power play look here for Morinville.
And they'll go at the Granger, Wilson, Harris forwards, and then Carr, the fourth forward, playing the point with Thomas, the lone defenseman. Mackay breaks it up. Carr keeps it in, dumps it down low again. Fisher is there. Tried to hammer it along the boards, missed, but it will roll to McMahon, who fires at the length of the ice, and Schwab will slow it up for Carr. Zach Carr out of Edmonton, 26 years old. Skating forward, looking for a pass in front. He had Granger there. Wilson. Screen setting up in front of Spencer. There's a shot, and it was tipped wide. Wilson gathers the rebound, and good stick there by number 17 in orange, Kelvin Hamilton, to knock that one down the ice.
Great penalty killing so far from Wainwright. They've been getting in the lanes, kind of just suffocating Morinville, and we'll see if Morinville can finally get their zone entries down here as well.
Brennan and Petersma come out for the Kings on this power play, as well as Cavell, who has the goal for the Kings. Here's Carr from the point. Double block there as two Rustlers sacrifice the body.
Wainwright bench loving that. A couple of guys selling out.
Of course, if you have too many people doing that, then you're not going to have anybody left to defend the rest of the ice.
Hey, it worked. Nobody's going to complain about a block shot as long as it gets the job done.
That's true. Icing the call here, and we'll get a look at that. Two players going down. The Rustlers know what's at stake here. They know they need to win this game at least and see if they can't turn around a goal differential and win that tiebreaker. Schwab has it, and he's just going to hold on. So 3 seconds come off the clock, and the Kings will have another defensive zone face-off with 37 seconds left on this power play. This is Peltier. Leaving it for Cavell. Well, trying to kick it forward, but couldn't get by Braid, who sends it the length of the ice again. Tim Nolte. He is from Morinville. He's also the captain of the Spruce Grove Saints in the 2012-13 season. Oh. There's an offside. Of course, Spruce Grove and Sherwood Park are locked in that suburb series in the AJHL North Final. Always good to see those two teams go head-to-head in the playoffs. It's a lot of fun.
Always fantastic hockey. Of course, a lot of these guys here in this game played some form of junior in Alberta or Saskatchewan. Last update from Sherwood Park, it's a 2-2 tie between the Crusaders and Saints.
Look at that. Now we have an out-of-town scoreboard. We're setting the bar higher and higher every game. This penalty is 5 seconds left, and we're going to be back to 5-on-5 play here in just a moment. We are now as Gosselin comes out of the box and attacks Peltier. That puck goes down to the other end, and Wainwright will be able to make a quick change and get their regular line sorted out here. Dump in, Spencer out to play it. Moves it up the boards, looking for McCluskey. Spencer got run over there, and Deneziak was the man who did the damage, and he was just kind of going to take his punishment there, trying not to do anything else. Let's get another look at that. Deneziak comes flying in. Oh, he actually gets a double whammy there.
He does, but the penalty, I think, it's interference.
Which is fair.
Yeah, maybe we'll get another look at that right away, but on first glance, I think it was interference, but I wonder, like, did the fact that he hit Spencer after have anything to do with it? Because it really shouldn't, right? He made a body check first, so I don't think it should be goalie
It really
interference.
shouldn't. Yeah, it's hard to say
it's
there.
Interesting to see how they view that.
The old domino effect. We will get one last look at it here. Yeah, the puck is gone.
Yeah, but
it is a bit of a late hit, but
yeah, the defenseman never even touched it though. It was
no, that's
Spencer
100% true. So
yeah, interference definitely the right call there.
Well, we're going to be evened up here now anyway, so all that chatter doesn't really matter.
The old percentage killers, each team getting a quick, or will eventually get 4-second power plays.
Those are tough to score on the 4-second power play. Ross Herzog is pleading his case as he goes to the penalty box, and we'll get some 4-on-4 action here. Lots of ice opening up for some of these speedy skaters. Both teams have guys that can move pretty quick.
McRae's taking the draw for Morinville. He's a quick little forward.
And he wins it here back to Lejmadier. He fires. That one goes wide of the net. Carlson trying to keep that one alive, and it's down to McRae, who's battling with McKinley. Max going at it here. Back at the point. Lejmadier. Pletz Tipped right there by McRae, just going wide of the net. McRae tried to throw a big hit there, but he missed McMahon. Here's Marchand behind the D. Marchand, McMahon! Big save for Schwab. Kicked out the pad. Carlson takes it back. Slowing things up, looks for Lejmadier. Ahead to Nolte. Tim Nolte cutting in, using the screen of the defender, and Kate Spencer had to be sharp with this glove.
Let's take another look at that chance. I know the pass kind of came across quick from Marchand, but in my opinion, there's kind of two ways you need to go about this. As you see driving in down the wing there was McMahon. Either fire that just a little bit quicker and don't allow Schwab to get caught up, but you see he caught it, then tried to go on that high blocker side, which is exactly where all of Schwab's momentum was taking him. Maybe what you want to do there, if you do have to hold on and kind of recock it back, try to go to that far side and go against where Schwab's momentum is taking him.
Cavell trying to move that one forward.
Just happens so quick. I mean, not a ton of time to exactly pick your corner there.
We could just sit and think about it for a couple of minutes up here. They get, what, a tenth of a second? Cavell firing from a sharp angle off the side of the net. Braid collects and is back with Mackay. That's Morgan Mackay. Long pass ahead. Here comes Hamilton. Tried a shot, and it's way up into the netting. That would have been on the track right underneath the scoreboard here if there was no netting. Quite a crowd up there, a different vantage point.
I was walking by there during one of the breaks, and it's a great spot to watch a game there. You're just perfectly perched up on top of the ice.
I was just thinking of the running track. There's a hill on it. I don't know if I've ever seen a little bit of an incline on a running track indoors before. There's also a little decline. Adds a little trickiness to your run.
They take fitness seriously here in Wainwright.
Not messing around. Slobodian going back to collect. 3:10 left in the period. About 15 and 20 seconds respectively left in each of the penalties. Zach Mackay trying to keep things in the Kings zone. McKinley comes away with that. Shibata drops for Mackay. Goes back to McKinley in front, and he couldn't swing it into the net. Both teams back to even strength now. Granger coming off the bench will chip it forward here. Looking for Harris. Gets it down low for Wilson. Pfister up against him. Granger walking off the wall. Shot stopped. Puck is still loose, and the whistle blows.
Couple of big saves there, but let's start down on the other end of things as these two teams want to sort things out after the whistle. But we talked about McKinley, how smooth he skates, how quick he can get in up on the rush for a D-man, and right there, look at the hands. No space at all to try to crank that one around, and a good job by Schwab, and a really good job as well, number 32 getting in there as Jesse Slobodian to break that up, and then right there, Kate Spencer just keeping that pad firm on the ice and holding it out.
2.5 to play in the opening frame, still tied at 1. Shots 11-1 in favor of the hometown Rustlers. Puck given away here. In front is Pietersma. His shot was blocked by Fisher, who's stinging just a little bit right now. Maybe it went off his hand. He's calling for a change here. Tyler Fisher going right down the tunnel. He's a big part of this Wainwright defense, so we'll see if he comes back. Pietersma has a shot. It's right into the chest of Spencer, who gobbles it up.
Let's take another peek at things here. Walking into the zone, some time, a pullback, a shot, and right into the chest. That's an easy one to stop and hold on to. Just watch that go, hit you right in the middle of the crest.
Teams just eyeing each other up for lines as they're trying to figure out their matchups, getting those late changes in. Of course, Wainwright, the home team, not just for the tournament, but also listed as a home side for this game, so they have the last change.
I was gonna say, that makes the difference.
Carlson will fire it on net. It's easily blockered away by Spencer, and then McMahon just hacks it down the ice. I think they're saying it hit something.
It hit someone in the Morinville bench, so that one, regardless, is going to go all the way down. Doesn't really make too much of a difference.
Yeah, it was going to be icing probably either way, so should be good. Everyone stays out. Brennan and Marchand in the draw. Goes off to the wing, and it's taken control of by the Kings. Brennan fanned on it. Carlson at the point. That one's off a leg and wide, bouncing out. Felice has it. Felice will swing it back around. McKinley chasing it. Herzog has it. Stick check by Carlson. Shot by Felice is, again, right into the chest of Spencer, which goes to show you that Cade's in the right spot.
I like that. Just leave it behind and a quick shot. Once again, Cade Spencer, they're throwing it at his chest so much, and he'll take that all game long. It's easy to drop down into the butterfly and just let it hit you.
Lots of ones on the board right now. 1-1 the score in the first period. 11-11 shots on goal with 1:29 to go. If I waited 18 seconds, that would sound even better.
Well, maybe you'll get that wish.
Gosselin will move it forward here, and stumbling a little bit was Shibata, but he moved the puck forward. McKinley on it now, playing it forward, looking for Hamilton. The Kings will move it back. And now they have an opportunity to go the other way with McRae, dropping it for Nolte, but dropped it too far. Mackay, ringed around by Hamilton, Swab out to play it. And they'll just leave it there for number 12, Tyler Thorburn, who was looking for a teammate, but it's going to go all the way down for icing with 46.3 seconds left in this opening frame.
Face-off goes all the way back down to the left-hand side of Ty Swab. Harris will come out to take the draw from Morinville, their captain. He's been excellent in the draws so far this entire weekend.
There's Chaston Braid setting up at the point. He might get a shot here. He did get one. It hit a leg and off to the corner. Puck still with the Rustlers, though. McCluskey, Mackay, he shoots, but Slobodian got a piece of that one. Creasy runs his man into the boards, and I was wondering if they were going to call that. It looked like it might have been from behind, and nobody really liked that one. This will be an interesting call. They're going to call it boarding. It was kind of from the side, but maybe a little bit towards behind. We'll get another look at it here.
Yeah, you can see going into the boards here's Pietersma. And I mean, yeah, Creasy kind of had a forearm on the back the whole way in and tried to just drive him into the boards. Like, if he would have just eased up a little bit, he might have been able to make it look like more of a pin up against the boards. But once you put force into it and the guy goes in at that angle, pretty obvious.
It's an easy boarding call to make. Wainwright will be shorthanded once again. Only 24 seconds left in this opening period. So if the Kings can't convert in that time, it'll carry over to the second. Granger digging for it, as is Wilson. It's behind the net now with Mackay, and then it's dumped down the ice. Chasing this one is Carr. Only 10 seconds to go in the period. Will he try to hustle things up? 5 seconds to go. Carr better just let one fly here. Oh, and it almost got in. Is that going to count?
Whoa, they're going to say that was in
right now.
Oh,
this is really interesting. There's no goal light back there to indicate the green light, so it's going to go with the referee's call here.
They signaled goal off the start.
Carr has ripped it and get across the line in time. There's no clock to be able to tell.
Yeah, we don't have the NHL option of throwing back up the clock. Boy, that's going to be real tight. It's a coin flip. It honestly is, because it was trickling and trickling. It's a matter of, honestly, I think, did the entire puck cross before the buzzer went.
And this is an important point in this game. Is Morinville going to be up 2-1, or are we going to go to the break tied at ones?
They can come upstairs to us. We'll review it, even though we don't have a clock on the replays.
Even though it's not allowed by Hockey Alberta.
Yeah, that too.
We will do it for them. I know
We're getting a little bit of a word here that they watch it on YouTube since it's on a delay, and they're saying that there was no time on the clock is our unofficial stance on things.
It looks like this one's going to count, though.
I think so. Cade Spencer's coming over to argue it as well. Is he just heading off the ice? Yeah, based on the reaction of the Morinville bench, I think they're going to count that one. Whether it's right or not.
Well, wouldn't they have to put a tenth or two back on the clock and just drop the puck for courtesy's sake?
Yeah, all of our behind-the-scenes folks who got another view at it said it sounds like the clock had ran out before it crossed the line. I think I would tend to agree with them as well. I think it was just trickling a little bit too much and didn't have enough speed to really cross the line.
We don't see the goal up on the board yet, but Well, wait, like, we can watch the replay. We see it go in, but we can't hear the buzzer or see the time.
Like there's no way for us to
unfortunately
really be able to tell. We could go back on YouTube and re-watch it, which might give us a decent read on it. But, I mean, it's 2-1. Can't change it now.
2-1 for Morinville. Yeah, they have scored. It's Zach Carr who gets that goal, and a little bit of controversy here in Wainwright. It's not a tournament without some kind of controversy. Yeah. So here's the controversy for this particular event. I guess we will talk about this more when we come back to start the second period. This is an ICU Video Productions Procast. It's 2-1 for the Kings after that late goal. You're watching Hockey Alberta Senior AA Provincials from the Peace Memorial Multiplex in Wainwright.
Meet Wainwright, a place of possibilities where the meaning of life lies in the details. Small fences when you need to borrow something from the neighbor.
Hey, good morning, Michelle. Hi, Sonia.
Where everyone knows your name. And there's no rest for the active in Wainwright.
Puck!
Did you say duck?
The way we roll might surprise you. They're tough as nails, family fierce, enduring. Freedom on hooves. They are a symbol of us. Oh, and we've learned you never try to milk a buffalo. Yup, dog runs away for 3 days kinda big. Good luck finding a corner when you leave town. We stand on guard for love of country. A place where saying hello is mandatory. A handshake is your word, and looking each other in the eye means something. The steering wheel hand wave. When we wave, unlike the big city, we use all our fingers. Early morning road warrior, urban style. And yeah, we have everything that you need. We're one big family. You might say we save each other's bacon when things get tough. The dirt on Wainwright? Life is grounded in what really matters, an honest day's work, service to community and country. You see, life is what we make of it, whether it's agricultural processing, oil and gas services, or heavy metal. We believe less is actually more, because we're one of the most affordable and cost-friendly communities in Alberta. Meet Mr. Wainwright. Big as imagination in a family-first town.
Okay, see you in 2.
I'll see you in 2.
Yeah, I'll be there in a couple.
To work, to the arena, to the event. Everywhere in 2 minutes. This is our second nature, soul full. Make Wainwright your home. Roam to your heart's content.
fly so high, I would kiss the sky. It'd be so, so right, so right, so right.
I still know a place where simple pleasures are so beautiful, where big skies and endless spaces inspire, where freedom still feels real. This place is where rural Alberta pride rises and shines with the fist of will, and where there's heart in the fight to overcome what might stand in our way. I still know a place where every minute feels alive, like we're staring into the soul of things, where connection to land and place and people gives life meaning and has us feeling like we belong, where we appreciate the faces of possibilities, the makers, growers and tinkerers, crafters and imagineers, those who have the infectiousness of belief. This place is Wainwright. Life is what you make of it. Make it here.
And welcome back inside the Peace Memorial Multiplex here in Wainwright, Alberta. We're getting set for the second period between the Morinville Kings and Wainwright Wrestlers. Things really changed in the last, negative 0.1 seconds of that period when Morinville scored a goal just to put themselves up by a 2-1 score here on this ICU Video Productions Procast. Grayson Knutson and Tyler Yaremchuk here with you.
Yeah, and let's take a look at that first 20 and how we eventually got to a 2-1 score. Like you said, the final nanoseconds of this period, all 20 minutes truly did matter, and both goalies looking fairly sharp early on. 12 saves on one end, and for Ty Swab, I should say, 12 saves. For Cade Spencer, he only had to make 9, but a couple of them were strong. There you see one from Swab. And here's another look, a quick shot. Morinville, more shots, but I think I could count 4 or 5 that were probably right at Cade Spencer's chest. So maybe improving the quality, even though they're up 2-1 and you don't want to nitpick that kind of thing, maybe improving the quality of the scoring chances is an area they could look at. Here's that goal. Bang, look at that spinning backdoor feed. And yeah, they have to change that to Pfister's goal.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, you could tell McCluskey didn't even come close to touching it. He put his stick back up in the air. And here's that goal from Cavell. What a job to spin, pick up that puck, keep his speed, and then the tuck backhand completely opening up Cade Spencer like he was a bag of chips. And now the controversy. Carr comes in. At this point here, there was about 3 seconds left. So 2-1. It's tight.
Yeah, it's really close.
And that's just me roughly counting off the top of my head. That sparked the controversy. Nothing you can do about it if you're Wainwright now. You got to quickly put it behind you and get going here in the second period. Like, no matter how hard or whatever, how hard you play here, how hard you argue it, that goal counts.
Yeah, it's on the board. You can't take it off now. And we're getting set for the second period here in Wainwright. The Rustlers went 0-2 last year at Provincials in Bonnyville. Didn't make the playoffs, and they're in danger of repeating that performance here this year. The initial shot goes into the net, so 11 seconds off the clock, and we're getting ready here for another face-off in the Morinville end. This is one of the better periods, though, from Wainwright that we've seen all weekend.
Yeah.
In that first.
Maybe saving their best for what could potentially be their last game here of the tournament, hosting, celebrating their 40th anniversary. I mean, regardless of the result, it's been a fantastic weekend in front of their home crowd, but, you know, they'd like to at least compete for a bronze. Me and you doing some math during the break. We tried to do some math, I should say.
Yeah.
We believe the only way for Wainwright to get in is, quote, they need to win by a lot.
They need a lot of goals.
Yeah.
It all comes down, and they need to try to not give up goals, which seems silly to say, but because it's a goal percentage, a percentage of the goals that you've scored in games, obviously when the other team scores more goals, your goal percentage goes down.
It's basically a very, very fancy and confusing way to do goal differential.
It is. Like, it really is.
Part of me says, are you not just getting the exact same number? But I don't know.
I think it just would be a breaker between Mackay with a shot here that's going to go wide. Between, you know, if a team scored 4 goals and gave up 3, they're +1, whereas like 7 and 8. Yeah. Hamilton coming in, takes a shot. Swab got it. I don't think he knew where the rebound went.
It hit his glove and then he didn't squeeze it.
Fisher trying to control that puck. He goes back in. Rustlers tagging up, and Shibata backhands it deep. This is Thorburn up for Pietersma. Pietersma hounded by Hamilton, gets away from him. Pietersma shoots, Spencer has it, couldn't find the rebound, then he gathered it in.
Carr arguing that was a quick whistle. I don't think Carr should be arguing any calls. He kind of got a break at the end of the first. There's that shot, and like I said, Swab got it with the glove, kind of thought he caught it, didn't feel it in his glove, and just sort of went into that turtle, like no idea where that puck is, frantically shoulder checking side to side, eventually tracked it down in that last save there by Spencer. And yeah, Carr goes up to the official. Early whistle. Well,
late buzzer.
Yeah, let's not anger the hockey gods here. They gave you a big gift.
McRae on the attack for Morinville, in front for Nolte, sends it back for Plett. Lejmadier at the point will turn and chase this one and defer to Carlson. Carlson looking for an outlet pass, decides to go back to Lejmadier. It's way up in the zone and gathered by Carlson, who continues his foray forward. Braid, hounded by a couple of Kings there, and then Tyler Dicker picks it up, number 81 in the Philadelphia Flyer S unis. McRae in front, trying to send it across for a pinching Lejmadier. Couldn't quite get there. Plett has it. Nolte in the corner. Nolte back for Lejmadier. Sends it deep for Plett. Plett in front, all the way back for Carlson. Steps around a man, has a shot. Off the glove of Spencer into the corner. Plett. Lejmadier, he fires. Good block there by Creasy, the captain, getting down to block that shot. Carlson moves it up. McRae trying to drop it there. It's in skates and gathered by Calvin Dicker. Long pass for Clausen. Backhands it deep. Dicker chasing. Swab will move it forward right at Clausen. Dicker banging behind the net there, and number 16 Chase Fletcher also involved in the play. This could go for icing, and indeed it will. 16:39 to go in the second period.
Face-off goes back to the other end, and here's a nice block shot, just again completely selling out Adam Creasy, the captain, setting the tone, setting the example, and preventing a shot on goal, making life a little bit easier for Cade Spencer.
Doesn't matter what level it is, block shots always appreciated. I know a lot of these guys are going to have to turn around and go to the office on Monday.
Yeah.
A couple extra bruises, but you do it for the game. It's just what you do. Goslin runs over his man. Clausen will shoot from the point. That's deflected. Dicker throws it in front. Trying to get around here. Nice little poke there by Felice. Deneziuk trying to cut in. Deneziuk. Backhander stopped by Spencer, and then we're going to get a penalty call, a hold, as Deneziuk was grabbed onto by Goslin there at the end.
Yeah, you see right there, that extra little bit of a tug. Probably could have just kept him. You don't need to grab on. Just sometimes you just want to use your forearm kinda to keep them angled to the outside. Keep your fist closed and you'll stay out of a lot more trouble when it comes to the penalties. But right there, he was fine. Had him angled perfectly going down to the goal line. Cade Spencer could take away that angle, but that extra little wrap and tug is what makes him, or what makes the official's arm go up.
Carr fires in and out of the glove. Rebound in front. Granger is there. Spencer slides across and gets that one.
3 times now in this game, and twice already in this period, where Cade Spencer's taken a shot to the glove hand and just completely kind of not whiffed on it, but it hits the inside and pops back out, almost like that frying pan effect. Wonder if Morinville noticed that and maybe attacked the glove hand more. You see it right there. He had tons of time to line that up, just couldn't squeeze it. But great positioning to cover or to make up for it and slide across the crease. Bodies up the rebound attempt from Granger.
Almost looks or sounds like it's hitting him in the palm and not in the netting part of that catching mitt. Harris back to Carr. Morinville runs that 4-forward power play. Thomas, the lone defenseman, has it now, and he's going to go deep. He almost plays a rover on the PP anyway.
It's almost like a 5-forward unit. Guys just sort of skate around and they make it work getting into position.
Glove pass here, so this faceoff is going to come outside the zone. $1:17 remaining on the Goslin penalty. Teams will change up their units here. The Morinville power play will now see Cavell alongside Brennan and Petersma. Nolte will play the point position as a forward, and the other D-man is Pelche.
Cavell's been really impressive this weekend. You know, not on the top line with the likes of Harris. Maybe doesn't get the same amount of minutes, but he's been real effective in the role and scored a couple of big goals already for them.
Now Cavell has it at the point. Switches spots with Nolte. Nolte down for Brennan. Brennan all the way to the other side for Pietersma. Pelche comes in to help out. Actually bounced it off Pietersma, and then it gets out thanks to Adam Creasy. Little move there from Nolte. Up ahead for Pietersma. Pietersma chops it around for Brennan. 30 seconds left on this power play for Morinville. Nolte, Pelche. Nolte has a look, goes to Brennan. Brennan surveys the scene and finds Nolte up top, who returns to sender. Coming out to stuff it in front there was Cavell, but Spencer down with the paddle. Slipping up there is Brennan. Braid taking advantage and getting back to McKinley, who fires at the length of the ice, and that will do it for this power play. Goslin set to step back out in 2-1 right now.
0 for
so
4 now is
up.
Morinville.
Here's a steal and maybe an opportunity for the Rustlers. Herzog drops off for Marchand. In front for McMahon. Great tie up there by Carr. Mackay. Over to Fisher, who dumps it in right on Swab, who fought it off to the corner. Marchand, McMahon looking for Herzog in front. Wasn't quite at him. Off the very tippy top of the glass. Staying in play. Carr cuts to the middle. Carr still with it. Weak shot towards the net. Nice back check there by Marchand, and back the other way come the Rustlers. Here's McMahon streaking down the wing, trying to drop it off for Fisher. Does get to him eventually. Now McMahon behind the net, bumped by Carr, who shovels it forward. Marchand has it, has a shot too. Swab makes the save, and it's just whacked down the ice. It's going to be an icing call. 13-11 remaining in the second.
Let's take another look at that save from Kate Spencer. Nice play down low, cutting in, and again, Kate Spencer doing a great job taking away the lower portion of the net there, and based on the angle that Cavell had cutting in front, he just didn't exactly have time to flip it upstairs, so good job by Spencer to recognize that.
Getting ready for another offensive zone face-off. Wainwright here. Fletcher taking it up against Brennan. When they whistle things down, they're going to tell the players behind the referee to just back out of the circle a little bit more. The other linesman lending a hand here, making sure the face-off is done fairly. Dicker trying to get it down low here for Clausen. Back to Dicker. Fletcher in front. Paddled away there by Swab, and then back the other way comes Felice. Matthew Felice. Oh, Goslin was lining him up. Back to Thomas. Thomas in front for Brennan. Maybe better off shooting there, as now Wainwright might have numbers the other way. Pass ahead here for Dicker, just out of his reach, and Thomas was back there as well. Thomas has such good speed, he can afford to get caught up ice because he'll make up for that real quick.
That's a great example of it there.
Hamilton coming in. Has it chopped off his stick by Thorburn. Shibata down low. Here's Tyler Dicker. His shot's blocked by Felice, who has it now, and try to pass ahead, but it's going to go all the way down for icing through the legs of Deneziak.
Faceoff will come all the way back down to Ty Swab's glove hand side, I believe. 12-12 to go here. Shot clock still sticking pretty even so far in this period. It's just a 4-3 advantage for Morinville.
16-14 the totals in favor of the Kings. Granger. This is Wilson. His shot kicked out, rebound. Shibata was able to disturb that enough. Took a funny bounce there and almost went backwards. Slobodjian will glove that one down and find Pelche. Fisher over to Morgan Mackay. Slobodjian. Cross. Pelche flips it all the way up for Granger. Trying to get it into the middle for Harris there, but couldn't do it. Long pass for Shibata. Hopped over his stick and going to go all the way down for icing, so things have slowed up a little bit here as we've had a few icing calls in a row.
Here's another look at that chance. Long shot. Kicking it off to the side, and Granger just couldn't quite get enough of his stick on it. Good job by Taylor Shibata, though, to tie up Granger, make sure he couldn't recoup that rebound at all.
Braid will send it forward. That one goes off a leg. It might be icing yet again, and it will be. As Creasy and Lejmadier go softly into the end boards.
Plenty of whistles to go around so far here in this period. And Lejmadier and Creasy, you get a good look at them yapping back and forth at each other.
Yeah, they're figuring out where each one's going here after the game. Well, I'll see you there.
I mean, there's 4 or 5 different spots you could probably go in Wainwright.
Exactly. Just getting a recommendation here, Lejmadier, the out-of-towner. Now they're battling on the sideboards too, and Lejmadier says, Creasy took my stick. By the way, Kings have it, only briefly. Pfister forward here. Creasy, a blind reception there. Over to Pfister. Pfister fires, easy save for Swab, and Carlson hacks it the other way. Carr, long pass. Cavell fires, kicked out by Spencer. And back goes Braid. Chaston Braid gets around his man Carr somehow, leaves it for Creasy across for McCluskey. He couldn't get a stick on it. That would have been something special.
A real pretty little play, and we'll get another look at that here in a second. Wainwright
Pfister
almost
gets
evening things up.
Double team there. Goslin loses out there to Carlson. And then yells for it to come back to him, and Marchand will turn in. They had a chance there for numbers. Herzog with a steal. Thomas back up the boards, kept in. Goslin takes out Marchand. Again, that's 2 teammates hitting each other. Numbers the other way. Plett all the way across. Back to Plett. Good stick check there by the defenseman for Wainwright. That was Goslin. Thomas forward for Plett. Scooping it up is McMahon. Brent McMahon heads the other way. Gets through. McMahon sends it in front. Nobody home. Plett loses it, but gets it back. Thomas forward for McRae. Thomas will send it back here for Thorburn, who's on the ice now. Long pass for McRae. McRae, toe drag shot. Ooh, almost handcuffed Spencer there, but he got it underneath the blocker arm, and a whistle is blown.
Let's take a look back at a few chances we saw during that last stretch of play, and here's a look from Morinville coming in. A big slap shot, and the rebound kicked out of harm's way, and then back the other way went Wainwright. Look at that. Woo! Stepping around, and then Spencer from his stomach pretty much found a way to get that over. And you know what? If Scott McCluskey shot the other way, he would have been able to one-time that home.
Peltier fires, hits a leg and bounces harmlessly aside. Little chip pass here, and away goes Fletcher. Fletcher has a shot, and Swab makes a big save, holding on to that one.
Take another look there. Good job hustling in down the wing, but look at that back check as well by a Kings defender, just completely eliminating any sort of angle. And since Slobodian had the pass option taken away as well, that 2-on-2 played perfectly. Swab could just kind of square up and swallow up a shot that was coming in from a poor angle.
It's taking a little while here to sort out the face-off. I'm not sure what's going on here. Just a conversation with the other linesman. 9:02 to go in the period. Teneziak will backhand it forward. Mackay will chase it. It's not icing, so he's got to do something with it as Felice comes in hard. Mackay just a lot bigger than Felice, and then a glove pass called against the Kings, so we'll take that face off back outside the offensive zone. Had a young fan standing by. He was just mesmerized by all the machines, the cameras, and the screens.
It's quite the operation here, and it's only going to get cranked up a little bit more tomorrow. Right now we got the 1 camera shoot, just Dave Foley. Tomorrow we'll be adding 3 extra cameras, a couple in the corners, another one up top here. So Rob Zitlau, ICU Video, when they say Procast, Grayson, they mean Procast.
It is professionally done.
I like the way that sounded actually, Rob. Maybe that could be the new slogan. When they say Procast, they mean Procast.
You're just trying to get a couple extra bucks out of the weekend? Mackay chasing it down for Wainwright here. Sends it across. Shot from Goslin, tipped in front, loose puck. Schwab is on it, sort of. He was reaching out but being pulled back, so.
He wanted it so bad.
Here's another look at it.
Yeah, we'll get one more quick look at it. Shot from the point, and right there you can see Schwab lost for a second.
The glove just reach it. He's being pushed back. Yeah, just a little bit too short. So here we go. Another offensive zone faceoff. 8:19 left in the second period. 2-1 Morinville in front.
Real tight game, and you know what? Given how skilled this Morinville team is and how we've seen them play through 2 games, huge credit to Wainwright for sticking with him here. Definitely the best game of the tourney thus far for the Rustlers.
Wilson spins away, sends it long, looking for Granger, who's trying to get behind Goslin in front for Harris. Too far for him. Harris threw it back into the middle of the ice. Creasy backhands it away from Lejmadier, but the Kings regroup at center. Tipped forward for Granger, poked away by Goslin, who turns up the other way, over to Creasy. Adam Creasy fires, not a lot on that one. Easily steered away by Schwab. Pfister just sends it back in, and Schwab stops it. Creasy trying to steal it there, almost came up with it on that pass from Harris. Now McMahon hounding the Kings in their own end. Marchand can't keep it in, and Granger comes away with it. Granger, Harris keeps onside, and he takes the drop pass. Bothered there by McMahon. Herzog going the other way. Ross Herzog has some wheels. Drops it back, and a shot from Braid is held onto by Schwab.
You heard that one thud right onto the chest protector of Schwab. They drop it back, an absolute rocket from Chasten Braid, and yeah, that one seemed to have stung Schwab a little as well. He was a little bit slow to get up because he got all of it.
Goalies wear a lot of equipment, but there's also a few holes, and if you get one right in one of those holes, man, it stings. Poked away, here goes Cavell. He's got help with Pietersma. Cavell, nice defensive play by Chasten Braid. It's outstanding hustle to break up that 2-on-1 opportunity. Here's Marchand now. Carr breaks it up, sends it back. Mackay swings it away from the on-rushing Cavell. Herzog now. Herzog tried to use the defender as a screen, almost got it back. Threw it in front. Marchand is there. Herzog tied up. Thomas comes away with it. Thomas dumps it down. Carr will give chase. Pietersma on the half wall waiting for that puck to pop loose. It goes the other way though. Just over 6 to play in the second. No goals in this frame. Pietersma through the legs, and a glove save by Cade Spencer.
Take another couple looks at a few chances here. Pietersma drags back and uses the defenseman as a screen very, very well, but Cade Spencer was able to read that and scoop it right up.
6:05 to go, 20-18 now the shots in favor of Morinville. This one to the left of Spencer. McRae was trying to backhand there, but it popped up high and goes behind the net. Nolte chasing. Both Mackays are out there for Wainwright at the moment. Shibata is stood up by Slobodian. Pelche fires one in, and Spencer will drop it for his defenseman. And Wainwright trying to head the other way, but the pass too far for Shibata, and that's just icing.
Let's take a look at that defensive play we just saw. Look at this, Spencer selling out perfectly. I mean, he had to extend his stick at the absolute right angle to knock that one away, timing the dive right and getting the puck away from any sort of danger.
This time we'll line up on the other side. Back to Pelche. The point, wrist shot into the glove, and we'll do it again. A lot more whistles in this second period than we saw in the first.
Plenty of stoppages.
Not many penalties, though. Both teams being fairly disciplined in the second, which, again, is different from the first period.
6 power plays in total so far in this game.
Pelche all the way around to the other side where Shubata is waiting. It's into the middle now. Hamilton chips it forward. Zach Mackay one-on-one with Pelche. Mackay shoots just high and wide. Gloving that down there was Shubata. He lost out. Numbers the other way for the Kings. 3-on-1. Nolte, McRae, back to Nolte. They've got Plett in front, but they couldn't get the puck to him. Nolte, Plett, McRae. McRae shoots, gets a rebound, another save, still loose. The puck is in, but there's going to be a penalty here. I think it's going to go against Jory McRae for interference.
We'll take a look at this first chance here. Jory McRae going to the net, and you know what? I was going to praise him. That was a great play. He throws it off the pads, and then don't just sit back and observe where your shot is going. Go get the rebound. He just went a little bit too hard, and back at the other end, that shot just missing the high glove hand of Ty Swab. Ty Swab, the former Nate Ook, 17 saves so far, and you can tell he's got that glove. Like, all his gear kind of matches the Morinville colors, except for his glove hand, which has that highlighter yellow and dark navy blue that the Nate Ooks wear.
It's very Ook-like is what that is.
Ook-like.
Is that a thing we can call it? Ook-like?
I think so.
I'm not sure that's ever been said in the history of mankind, so we'll just invent that right now. Power play for the Rustlers here.
A rather important one as well. We're in the final 5 minutes of the second period.
At the line, it popped over the stick of Tyler Fisher. So it's Fisher and Morgan Mackay on the points with Creasy, Pfister, and McCluskey up front. That one's taken away by Wilson. Great penalty kill by Morinville. We haven't got them, or haven't been able to see them really with their aggressive PK that much so far, but it's effective. Creasy over. Mackay fires, blocked by Cavell. And it's thrown back now. Shot from the top of the circles is high, and it's going to go all the way down to the other end with $1:05 left in this power play for Wainwright.
Getting down to that last little minute here. We'll see if they can piece something together, and Morinville have to be careful there not to take a too many men penalty.
Plett waited, and I think Cavell knew he hopped off the ice. Marchand drops it for Fisher. Ahead for McKinley. Nice move, McKinley. Drops it. Almost got on goal from Herzog. McKinley working the top of the power play. Marchand down low to Herzog. Herzog dodges a diving defender. Tied up by Plett now. Lots of space and time for McKinley. He's got Marchand, who sends it into the corner for McMahon. Marchand. Back to McMahon. 10 seconds on the power play. McMahon around the net. He will try to fire it from a sharp angle. This one's going to go out. And if that was a couple of seconds later, Jory McRae was gone. He comes out of the box and impacts that pass up from McKinley. And McKinley will dump it in on Swab, who reaches down with the Ook-like glove.
Here's a look at the kind of only good chance from that Wainwright power play. They shovel it, trying to get that little backdoor high slot sort of deflection. It was in the middle of those two areas. Ross Herzog just was a little tied up. Nice play by the Morinville Killers to get out of that kill unscathed.
2:34 left to play in the second period. 24-19 shots on goal favoring Morinville. Little back pass here. Shubata trying to break in. Good stick though by Thomas, and Brennan will go the other way for the Kings. Dumping it down in on Spencer, who manages to field it okay. And then cover up for face-off.
Just holding on for that one. 2:20 to go now. We're getting to that danger zone once again where, I mean, we saw when Morinville scored late in the first. Can you imagine if that one didn't go in or didn't count is maybe the right way to put it? We'd still be all evened up. So goals late in periods can have massive impacts on momentum.
We've seen some late period goals here already today.
We've seen a little bit of everything here so far this weekend.
It's been very entertaining. That one off the skate of Brennan. And down for Spencer to stop behind the net. That one just passed forward and off the Zamboni doors. Mackay not sure where it is and just plays defense. Brennan dropping it off. Dinesiak was looking for Harris. Harris gets away from Braid, now handed by Dicker. Harris tried to sneak it up high, short side. That's a dangerous hit there. And he's going to give him one more for good measure. Might get a couple of penalties here, chased in Braid. And Braid will touch up, and he is off to the penalty box.
Cross-checking is the call, so it's just going to be the one penalty. Look at that chance by Harris, and what we didn't see there was how much work Harris was putting in below the goal line, twisting and turning, using his body perfectly to shield off a pair of defenders, and then the cross-checking penalty, the extra one for good measure. So heading to the box is Chaston Brady, who's actually been pretty good so far today. He's made that great defensive play. He had a couple of good looks offensively as well from the blue line. There's a moment I'm sure he would like back, just playing a little too aggressive and giving Morinville a chance on the power play late.
Like he figured if he was going to already go to the box, he might as well get his money's worth there, the extra shot. So $1:24 left in the period. This one may carry over to the third. We will see if Morinville can put a insurance marker on the board. Here's Wilson. Wilson will go back to Peltier. Wilson again, screen setting up. Peltier at the point. Over to Nolte. Nolte down to Wilson. Spins it for Harris behind the goal line. In front for Granger. They score! Wonderfully executed power play by the Kings, and it's 3-1.
Just so much pretty puck moving around the perimeter. And as they move it down low, Harris sees Granger cutting and seams it perfectly, not only avoiding the defender's stick, but avoiding Cade Spencer's stick, which was reached out. Granger has his second of the tournament, and the Morinville Kings have a 3-1 lead late in this period.
Another one of those late period goals once again. Gives Morinville a little bit of breathing room. Lejmadier gets it back from his defense partner, Carlson. Stretch pass. Here comes Carr. Carr in, backhand. He scores! Zach Carr has a nose for the net in the final minute, and it's 4-1.
What a play and a big celebration as he goes by the bench, just opening up Cade Spencer. Second time tonight, Morinville's beat Spencer in the 5-hole. And now that lead all of a sudden is 4-1.
So things getting a little bit out of hand here late for Wainwright.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, 2 goals in about 20 seconds or so. And a giveaway and maybe another opportunity for the Kings.
Number 21, Shane
Carlson down low, intercepted by number 4, Goslin, and Cavell down for Petersma. Bumped off by Hamilton. Plett trying to get it out. 3, 2, 1. There's a late shot that's not going to go in, and well, it looked like we were in for an exciting third period, but 2 goals there by the Kings very late in this frame have really changed things.
Yeah, absolutely, and we talked about it. The final 2 minutes can be a big momentum shifter, and right there, Morinville just found an extra gear before the end of the period. Wainwright maybe getting a little too lackadaisical, and bang, bang, 2 goals in well under a minute, about 30 seconds separating those two.
So 4-1 Morinville is the lead here after 40 minutes. This is an ICU Video Productions procast of the Hockey Alberta Senior AA Provincials from the Peace Memorial Multiplex in Wainwright. We'll step aside for a moment and return with third period action in a bit.
Meet Wainwright, a place of possibilities where the meaning of life lies in the details. Small fences when you need to borrow something from the neighbor.
Hey, good morning, Michelle. Hi, Sonia.
Where everyone knows your name. And there's no rest for the active in Wainwright.
Puck!
Did you say duck?
All right, guys, let's roll.
The way we roll might surprise you. They're tough as nails, family fierce, enduring. Freedom on hooves. They are a symbol of us. Oh, and we've learned you never try to milk a buffalo. Yup, dog runs away for 3 days kinda big. Good luck finding a corner when you leave town. We stand on guard for love of country. A place where saying hello is mandatory. A handshake is your word, and looking each other in the eye means something. The steering wheel hand wave. When we wave, unlike the big city, we use all our fingers. Early morning road warrior, urban style. And yeah, we have everything that you need. We're one big family. You might say we save each other's bacon when things get tough. The dirt on Wainwright? Life is grounded in what really matters, an honest day's work, service to community and country. You see, life is what we make of it, whether it's agricultural processing, oil and gas services, or heavy metal. We believe less is actually more, because we're one of the most affordable and cost-friendly communities in Alberta. Meet Mr. Wainwright. Big as imagination in a family-first town.
Okay, see you in 2.
I'll see you in 2.
Yeah, I'll be there in a couple.
To work, to the arena, to the event. Everywhere in 2 minutes. This is our second nature, soulful. Make Wainwright your home. Roam to your heart's content.
I could only fly, I would fly so high, I would kiss the sky. It'd be so, so right, so right, so right. If I could only fly, I would fly so high, I would kiss the sky. It'd be so, so right, so right, so right.
I still know a place where simple pleasures are so beautiful, where big skies and endless spaces inspire, where freedom still feels real. This place is where rural Alberta pride rises and shines with the fist of will, and where there's heart in the fight to overcome what might stand in our way. I still know a place where every minute feels alive, like we're staring into the soul of things, where connection to land and place and people gives life meaning and has us feeling like we belong, where we appreciate the faces of possibilities, the makers, growers and tinkerers, crafters and imagineers, those who have the infectiousness of belief. This place is Wainwright. Life is what you make of it. Make it here.
And welcome back inside the Peace Memorial Multiplex here in Wainwright. We're getting set for the third period between Morinville and the host Rustlers. Grayson Knutson alongside Tyler Yaremchuk on this ICU Video Productions Procast. It's the Hockey Alberta Senior AA Provincials. This is the last game of the round robin, and Tyler, things really were turned on their head there in the final minute of the second period.
Yeah, but before that, it was a tremendous period by Wainwright. They were really starting to keep pace with Morinville. They were starting to get some looks offensively, and you were kind of sitting there going, well, if that goal at the end of the first didn't end up counting, you know, Wainwright would be putting themselves in a really nice spot here as you see some of the replays of them pouring chances on Ty Swab and their goalie, Kate Spencer, making some sharp saves as well. He got his glove hand sorted out towards the end of the period, flashed the leather a few times. There's another chance there that Swab is forced to swallow up. Shots in that period, though, for Morinville were 15-9, and I think that's sort of a product of how things took a turn in the final minute or so. But here's another great look. Hustling into the zone was Zach Mackay and throwing one towards the cage. And there's a chance there. Look at Harris below the goal line, just working so hard to get body position. That one doesn't result in a goal, but it results in a drawn penalty. And here's what comes next on that power play. They work it down low. Harris, again, below the goal line, just a monster from below that line, and he finds Granger, who fires it home. That extended their lead to 3-1, and it was all a matter of, well, about 15-20 seconds later when Zach Carr would be sprung in all alone, and he flips it to the backhand and finds the back of the net. 4-1, Grayson. That's where we sit now as we get set for the third and final period.
40-year anniversary of the Wainwright Rustlers Hockey Club, and you can see their current logo as well as the old one that they have on the front of the uniforms. The sharp orange unis that they've brought back for this season. And the third period is just about to get underway, and the puck is down, and off we go for the final 20 minutes of the round robin. Fisher intercepted there by Harris. Looking for Granger in the middle, a little bit too strong for him, but Harris gets it back. Granger, Wilson, good stick there by Fisher to break that up. Rustlers head the other way with Herzog. Looking for McMahon, that one goes harmlessly wide. Slobodian to Wilson. Wilson skating forward down the wing. Chips it by Fisher, Harris will chase. Harris and Herzog bump. Comes out in front for Marchand, and Morgan Mackay will just bang it down the ice, and we've got ourselves first whistle of the frame.
Faceoff will come all the way back down. A bit of a sluggish start here to the frame. I mean, you can't blame Wainwright if they're a little dejected right now. They thought they were in this game. Their bronze medal hopes maybe still faintly alive before that last little bit of hockey there in the second period. But your final game on home ice of the season, with Provincials being the wrap-up, so be nice for them to come out and have a strong showing here in front of their hometown crowd.
Goslin moves it forward for Shibata. Here's Hamilton trying to break in. Nice back check there by Carr.
Get your 50-50s, Grayson?
I didn't get any. Another $2,000 up for grabs here at the multiplex. We didn't have the guys come and yell behind us today, so that wasn't as good. Petersma gets knocked over by Goslin there. McKinley moving it forward, picking up is Zach Mackay. Mackay dipsy-doodling in. Mackay shoots, stopped by Swab.
Nice save by Swab to just hold on to it there, and another nice rush. How about the game that Zach Mackay is having? A couple of rushes. We saw a few during the replay of the second period. Then right there, he'll find his way onto the highlight reel again, walking around and firing that shot. And you know what? That one stung Swab a little bit. Got him on a bit of a weird angle on, I believe, the glove hand as he throws it back on now, but a little bit slow to get up.
Just took off both the mitts just to stretch the hands out a little bit. And he's got them both back on, and off we go once again. Well, we wait here for the linesman to make sure everyone's lined up correctly. Right out in front. How did that not go in? McCluskey was robbed. And then a penalty in front here, a trip called against Morinville. I thought for sure that was behind Swab. Well, I mean, it was just off the post.
Quick pass to the side, and that went off Swab, off the post, and out the other direction.
What a save.
Almost like a lightning bolt. It went in one way, cut the other way, then off the post, back the other way, zigging and zagging all over the place. When it's not your night, it's not your night.
Outstanding stop by Ty Swab, though. Just doing enough to get a piece to deflect it off the post, and Wainwright's on the power play, but here come the Kings shorthanded, or at least briefly. Fisher will defer to Mackay. Mackay for Marchand. Up to Pfister. Nolte going in, and Fisher kind of tricks him with a couple stick waves. Mackay. This is Pfister. McCluskey in the corner. Couldn't kick it. Slobodin gets it, and it's going to deflect off of Mackay and out to center ice. And it's going to be a glove pass because, again, Mackay tried to punch it back into the zone.
Watch this one here again off the draw, bit of a scramble, then the pass it quickly across, and yeah, bottom part of the blocker, post out the other way.
That's a really good save.
The Morinville bench giving it to Pfister right now.
I missed what happened there. We were watching the replay.
I think he dropped his stick and kind of got a bit of a Bronx cheer from their bench, and they're going at it right now.
Chasing this one down in his own end is McKinley. Ahead, Marchand. Herzog tipped it, so it's not icing. McCann chasing after it. It's lobbed over Braid, and McKinley backtracking one more time. 49 seconds left on this power play for Wainwright. If they want to get back in this game, this is an important moment. Chased and Braid. Tracking it into the offensive zone. Herzog is there, but it comes right to Carlson, who takes his time and saucers it all the way down. And Spencer, rebound for Cavell, backhand, he scores! That's a set play from Morinville. And Cade Spencer's gonna be kicking himself for letting a rebound like that one come out.
A high lob by Carlson goes all the way down the ice. And I mean, Cavell was just waiting at the blue line. As soon as he saw it get spit up a little by Spencer, he jumped right on that. Cavell, his second of the game now, fourth of the tournament, I believe, as well for the forward. He's been tremendous.
A short-handed marker for Cavell. 5-1 Morinville.
Short-handed as well.
Slobodin will just send it right back, and Spencer plays it off to the side. Fisher. We're back to even strength now. Hamilton comes flying in, tries to make a move, but Peltier got a stick in the way. Here's Fisher at the point. Fisher fires it wide. Hamilton against Felice here. Felice gets some help as Hamilton's stick snaps in half. Brennan trying to get around Fisher. That's a big guy to get around. Here's Felice. Well, we had Brennan open on the other side. Couldn't get it over to him. Shubata. Back pass to Fletcher. Fletcher's still with it now. Dropping it off for Mackay. Back to Fletcher. Fletcher drops it for Clausen. Clausen cycling it now for Dicker. That's Calvin Dicker, number 41. Fletcher, pass in front, ramps off the stick of Swab and out to a friendly gray jersey. Fletcher the other way. McRae trying to run him over. Dicker loses it in his skates. Stood up two by Lejmadier. Carlson intercepted by McKinley. The nimble defenseman trying to sneak his way in. Throws it in front, and a bouncing puck missed by Pfister.
Such a good read there in the neutral zone by McKinley. And look at already, he's back on the puck, fighting off a forward as well.
Dumps it deep, and Thorburn takes a look for Morinville. 14.5 to go here in the final stanza. Harris across the red line, now the blue line into the offensive zone. Loses it, retrieves it behind the net and loses it again to Braid. Braid heading the other way. Chaston Braid. Drop for Pfister. Pfister took a shot, it hit the stick of Granger and skittered off to the corner. Wilson. Now for Harris, trying to stretch Granger, and Spencer will steer that aside. Harris, Wilson. Still Wilson, back to the point for Thomas, over to Thorburn. Has time, little wrister goes to the other side. Thomas just pounds it back in. Granger, all the way back to Thorburn. Tyler Thorburn, back to Granger.
We even had a whistle here in about 3 minutes.
Thorburn fires from the point. Got a piece of it, did Spencer. Thomas, Thorburn, wrister, tipped in front. Good save by Spencer on the redirect from Wilson, who then drags the net off.
And finally, first time in about 4 minutes here, we'll get a whistle, so that allows us to look again at that feed from Carlson all the way down the ice. And yeah, I just don't even think Spencer was really too worried about that. I think he, in his mind, probably thought a defender was going to be coming back harder than they were, so the D-men get caught puck watching, and Cavell was the only one really paying any sort of attention.
Face-off won by Marchand. Herzog trying to get it past Carr, who's had a good game. Petersma fired, blockered away by Spencer, and then Carr's right on it again. Petersma up against Fisher. He's bodied into the boards. Wainwright hemmed in their own end here by a good, strong Morinville forecheck. Petersma steals it, puts it up front, and Carr just missed.
Looking for the hat trick is Carr.
Pelche shot from the point, blocked. Fisher grabs rebound and just gets it out.
Marchand completely away from the play, just took a run at Carr. He's going to get a penalty here. I'd imagine he's sitting for at least 2.
Cavell, little move there. Petersma with it. Drops it for Carr, who tips it for Pelche. Shot off a leg. It's collected by the Kings. They're got the goalie out, so the extra man is on. Pelche all the way over, and it's going to bounce to Mackay, who touches up, and now we get that penalty call.
Here's a look at another save. A long shot, a high slot deflection by Wilson. I really like that play from Jamie Johnson as well. He just kind of looked up, saw that there was a guy going to the net with his stick on the ice and made the play. Marchand a little upset going to the penalty bench, but you know what? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. Carr had been making some big celebrations after his goals, and I think that kind of rubbed the Rustlers the wrong way.
So Marchand is in the box for 2 or less. Morinville's really controlled this third period. Shots now 32-21 in favor of the Kings. And Carlson running the power play here. Lejmadier across to Felice. Back to Carlson. Shot stopped. Rebound gathered in by the Kings once again. They're letting some of their other players get a chance with the man advantage here. Felice, Brennan, Lejmadier, Carlson. And it's sent down the ice by Wainwright.
Yeah, I kind of like this move here. Some of your guys who maybe don't get the bonus of power play time throughout the regular season and maybe in bigger moments here. You're up 5-1 in the third at Provincials. Why not give them that little cherry?
Pelche drops it for Deneziuk. Pelche. Deneziuk is cocked and loaded. He gets it and then tried to pass it one more time for Lejmadier, who had pinched forward, and the puck is all the way down on the Kings' end with 1 minute left on the penalty to Marchand. Both teams making some changes. So the Kings waited for those to be completed before moving forward again. Braid intercepts that dump in and fires it right back where it came from. Pelche, Hamilton forechecking hard here. Slobodian bothered by Herzog. Puck bouncing around here. Slobodian picks it up. Over to McRae. Down low for Plett. Back for Pelche. Over to Slobodian, one-timer. A knuckler, and it goes in. They score. I'm not sure if McRae got it. Now we've got all sorts of rough stuff in front. Everybody kind of squaring off. Hamilton and McRae going at it here.
Whew. There's a good shot right there.
A punch. He doesn't. He have his glove on though, so now there's all sorts of yelling and whatnot going on. And
oh yeah, things are getting real heated right now. Here's the goal. Slobodian got a fan on it, and yeah, McRae definitely did touch it. And then that shot there, I mean, a little unnecessary, taking a jab at McRae after he scores, and things just went completely off the rails from there. Braid will sit. Marchand's still in there.
Well,
he'll likely
be able to come out now. So
McRae will sit. There's one other in there as well.
Hamilton in the penalty box for Wainwright. Now the officials have got to sort this one out. You can tell the Rustlers are a little bit frustrated with how the things have proceeded here this evening. Came in knowing they needed a lot of goals to get into the bronze medal game, but even so, they wanted to just have a good showing in front of the home crowd, and Morinville has come in and played a pretty strong game here.
Yeah, Morinville knew it was on the line, and they kept their minds focused on hockey. You got to give them credit for that, coming out and putting up a ton of goals. So what that's going to do is give Morinville, I mean, things should stay. I think Morinville's going to win this game, if I'm going to be blunt about it. That'll put them up to 9 points
likely
with Daysland. So it'll come down to, because did those two teams play each other? Morinville and Daysland.
Daysland and Morinville. I can't remember. I don't.
Now we got to look at the schedule, which I don't have. We are prepared as always here, Grayson.
That's what we are. We are prepared.
When you do 9 games in 3 days, it kind of all blends together.
Morinville played Nanton, Hillmond, and
so it'll come
Wainwright.
down to sort of the points percentage here to determine
who's home team.
So this is when this big win here on top of Wainwright could really benefit them, because you have to remember Daysland has a big win to start their tournament over Hillmond, that 7-0 spread, and the fact that that was 7 out of 7 goals is really going to boost them up as well. This year is only the 6 out of 7.
Daysland put up 7 as well against Wainwright last night. Goaltending change for...
I think this is just throwing a guy a bone once again. Chase Mudrick, he was actually the 3rd goalie here for this tournament. He sat on the bench in the opening game and again here in the 3rd game. Throwing him a little bone. He got a nice reaction from the crowd as well as the officials continue to sort this out. Played his junior B in Edmonton with the Hawks. I believe they won a championship last year or 2 years ago.
So we're still just waiting to see everything get sorted out here. 6-1 Kings are in front. Once again, that goal is Jory McRae tipping in the shot from Slobodian. And yeah, like you said, you give some of those other players who don't get a lot of power play time the opportunity, and look at that, they scored. So maybe we do that again. Probably not, but maybe. Just waiting still for everyone to figure out what's going on. Right now, Wainwright only has 4 guys on the ice, and Morinville has 5, so that would lead me to believe that there is a power play upcoming for the Kings, and indeed there's number 17 on the board for Wainwright. That's Kelvin Hamilton picking up the extra 2 here.
So it'll be McRae from Slobodian. Not sure if there's a second assist on that one, but it'll come at 9:32.
McRae is being led off the ice, so he scores a goal and then promptly
he gets the
exits. Had to grab the room key first from the bench.
Just a hunch. I think that might be a 10 for unsportsmanlike, because he threw a helmet. He ripped the helmet off of Gosselin and threw it into the corner. Officials generally don't like that.
Yeah, not a big fan, but... So we're back underway here. Morinville once again on the power play. Pelche keeps that one in at the line. Here's Wilson. Wilson takes a shot, and it's stopped by Spencer. More hacking and whacking, and McCann comes in with a punch, and Wilson also in there with a couple fists flying, and Well, if you're Wainwright, I guess if you fight, it doesn't really affect them this year. If you're Morinville, though, you don't want to miss that gold medal game.
You need to be real careful, and you also have to remember this is a Hockey Alberta event, so there are things put in place like automatic suspensions and such for misconducts late in games, and we're getting to that territory. There's 10:05 left, so you need to be real careful. The last thing you want is an impact player or two getting these misconducts late and being forced to sit out a game.
Well, Wilson's also going to the dressing room, so
I think that's the solution now, is if guys are going to act dumb, you're just push them off the ice, send them down the tunnel, and problem no more. They can't fight each other if they're in their own locker rooms.
Yeah, 10:05 left. If you do get a 10 now, you might as well go sit down, because hit the showers early, get all the warm water before everyone else gets in there. I keep forgetting that Wainwright's entrance to their dressing room is through the penalty box, because I'm like, why do they keep ejecting just Kings players? But then that's why. Herzog.
They disappear from our view.
Yeah, exactly. And Mudryk will cover up. 6-1 Kings.
9:51 here to go. Shots getting a little bit lopsided here. 8 in the period so far.
Close game for 39 minutes, and then things got out of hand.
Honestly, yeah, and it just seemed like once Morinville kind of started to pull away, Wainwright stopped focusing on hockey. They let their frustration sort of get the best of them.
And they're going to take another penalty here as Mackay hauls down Plett, and the officials are going to call things awfully tight from here on out, I would imagine.
Another power play opportunity coming here from Morinville. That will be power play numero 7 for them. I said numero. That's for Lejmadier's mother, who's in Mexico.
It's actually a 5-on-3, because there was still the penalty prior from Hamilton.
A little bit of international flair. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's the only word in Spanish I know.
Cerveza, maybe? Thomas will go to Thorburn, and it's a 5-on-3 here for the Kings. Thomas. Pietersma just a swing and a miss, but Thomas keeps it in. Thomas, Thorburn. That one's going to go into the netting. We're getting all the penalty announcements now.
Thinking a little bit more about this tie-breaking procedure. So it's the percentage of goals you score in a game. So that means, if I'm understanding this correctly, a 1-0 win would be just as valuable as a 12-0 win. Because no matter what, you scored 100% of your team's goals.
Correct.
So that would mean that even if Morinville went on to score 13 more goals, if they won this game 19-1, that would be 95% of the goals, and it would not be as valuable as the 7-0 win we saw from Daysland on day one.
Correct.
Boy, that's a puzzling system.
But the higher and higher it goes, obviously the percentage from other games gets factored in, and another penalty coming up here to Wainwright. A shot off the underside of the crossbar. That was an absolute rocket from Thomas.
He's unleashed a few of those in this tournament.
So 6-on-3 right now as the goalie's out. Dineziuk has it poked off by McKinley, and Wainwright's running out of players here.
Yeah, their bench is starting to even look a little empty here. A couple guys kicked out. Now there's going to be 3 in the box, and you're not even going to get a body out now in the next 10 seconds because he's going to have to stay since it's a 5-on-3. You can't send a 4th player on the ice even though his penalty's up.
It's kind of annoying for that guy.
Yeah, Hamilton's getting the word right now that he can't leave. He'll have to wait till the next stoppage in play.
Which means, too, that if somehow 56 seconds go by, Mackay will actually come out before him.
Yeah.
Lejmadier, Carlson. Lejmadier fires. That one is steered away by Spencer. Lejmadier, Felice, Lejmadier. Over to Carlson. Carlson, good stick there by, I think that's Herzog. Oh, no, pardon me, that's Tyler Dicker, 81, not 61. Dineziuk. Brennan behind the goal, looking for Felice.
15 seconds to go in the 5-on-3.
Back up to Lejmadier, over to Carlson. He shoots. Spencer saves it, and he makes a real good second stop on Felice in tight. And Felice falls on top of Dineziuk there.
Someone's getting a penalty out of that as well, I believe. There's a quick little one-timer from Lejmadier, and Spencer in the right spot to put that one into the corner. Good rebound control as well. And then there's a shot where the rebound, it kind of hit him up high, so he couldn't really steer it away at any sort of solid angle. And then it fell right in front of him, but Cade Spencer, credit to him. Oh boy, here we go.
Just silliness right now as...
Yeah, Feliz gave a kind of mock applause at Dicker as they were going to the box, and Dicker did not like that at all. 7:51 to go, and now I'm getting the sense that this final 7:51 will take a while to play out, especially when after every whistle you got to wait a minute.
Hopefully that's not the case. Morinville guys too, I know they shouldn't need to fall into this stuff that Wainwright might be trying to do. They got to focus on tomorrow already, make sure they're in one piece and nobody gets suspended. That one almost bounced in. Mackay out of the box, so now it's a 5-on-4. So Morinville had a lot of power play time, 5-on-3 there, and they didn't get one.
Yeah, I mean, they had a couple of good looks. Cade Spencer just kind of stood tall.
So also sent down the ice, and 7:17 to go, 50 seconds left on the power play here for Morinville. Herzog swinging at Plett. Plett skating. Goslin tried to line him up there. Granger will go collect.
6'5", 4'9", 297.
Ah.
You were close.
We
That
lost
was
around
pretty
like
good.
the fifth number
That
with the
was pretty
50-50.
close.
That's why there was the silence up here in the booth.
I was excited as you were. It's not even my money. Pretty sure you could have spotted me one adult beverage post game with your winnings.
I can do that anyways, Grayson.
Oh,
look
what
at
a
that.
kind guy. Hamilton had it taken away from him, and here come the Kings. Odd man rush. Carr over to Cavell looking for the hat trick, and it's stopped by Spencer. Both Cavell and Carr looking for hatties.
Ooh.
McKinley will run Carr into the post, and net comes off. 6:20 to go. Let's have a look at the 2-on-1 here. As didn't really get a good shot off, did Cavell.
No.
And then this one where McKinley just cross-checks him into the post, and I think Carr, that's who it was just making sure that Spencer was okay too, because he kind of tugged on his arm funny. Did you win, Dave? Nope.
No.
Okay.
Rob, did you win the 50-50?
No, I think we're...
No, big thumbs down.
All right.
I'd imagine there would have been a bigger celebration.
He might have just left.
I,
Dave's locking off the camera and heading over to the Rustlers Lounge. Pietersma has a shot, and it's caught by Spencer.
getting down to the end here on the round robin day. I did the math, Grace, and each game takes about 2 hours and 15 minutes, correct?
Okay.
So in the weekend, if we did 11 games together,
Okay.
that math would equal to us talking to each other for pretty much what's the equivalent of a day straight over the course of this weekend.
Jeez. It's kind of a scary thought.
It's, yeah, it works out. If every game was exactly 2 hours and 15 minutes, if my math is correct, that's 23 hours and 45 minutes. Whew.
So basically, we're best friends now. There's into the
We have no choice. We were forced into this friendship.
Mutrick holds on to that one. We should probably just keep calling the game here. 6 minutes to go here in Wainwright. 39-23 are the shots on goal. Mudryk getting some action, and a couple of stick taps here on the pads from his teammates.
Mudryk coming in relief here. He's made a couple of saves early. Always a good feeling to get on the ice, especially when you weren't really expecting to.
Poked away here by Granger, and it's a 2-on-1. Granger and Dinesiak. Granger to Dinesiak. He makes a move. What a save by Spencer. Leather larceny from the Wainwright goalie.
It's late in the game, but you're still playing for pride. A nice pass across on the 2-on-1, and I really like that play from Dinesiak to wait him out, but Cade Spencer just using his upper body strength to hold that glove up there, and he gets rewarded. Able to flash the leather one more time.
That one was won too well by the Kings. It's back into neutral ice, and Herzog got away with a little bit of a push there, and will keep playing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Dicker.
winner of tonight's 50-50 for
Over to Herzog to Marchand.
$1,935
Marchand
is
cutting
Marissa
in.
Dretzer.
Looking for a drop option here. Spins away, still Marchand. Hounded by Thorburn, and he just decides to give him a shot instead. Shot by McKay will go wide, and somebody's getting a penalty here, and I'm gonna guess that it's probably Marchand.
I think it's actually Thorburn getting it.
Oh, is it? Yeah, you're right.
He let his errant stick get up high on Marchand. Thorburns arguing that
Wainwright
Marchand
has
should
the
have gone
puck,
when
yeah.
he was thinking like you were.
And running over Thorburn,
we
there's
go.
Goslin, and I don't envy these linesmen at all.
No, this is a tough, tough assignment when you're dealing with grown men trying to beat each other up.
I remember one time I was a 17-year-old and I did lines for a senior hockey game. It was one of the
Wow.
most terrifying experiences of my life. So we're just kind of waiting to see. Thorburn knows. He just went right into the box and he gives a little squirt of the water bottle and a wave to Goslin.
Here's that save one more time from Kate Spencer, focusing on the more hockey-related events of this game. And down, out, just a great job covering the bottom of the net. And when you do that, and I mean, the shooter had a ton of time there, but when you're down low, you're forcing him, hey, go upstairs, just baiting him to that glove end, and then Spencer knew he had the angle to turn it aside.
It's a 4-minute penalty here to Thorburn. So Wainwright will be on the power play for the majority of the rest of this game. There's a shot stopped by Mudryk. He might be tested now, the young goalie for Morinville. Long shot blockered away by Mudryk.
2 minutes for high
Mackay.
skating, 2 minutes for tripping. Penalty for 52.
McKinley at the point. McKinley dancing in, trying to set up Hamilton in front, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 here as Morinville has taken another penalty.
Yeah, and where there's a cross check somewhere in here, but there's a nice save from Mudryk, steering it into the corner, and then you don't quite get the glimpse of the cross check. That'll send another King to the box. There's two of them actually going.
I think they're trying to figure out which one it is.
Nolte or Plett? Okay,
It's going to be
Nolte's going.
Nolte.
So an extended 5-on-3 here if you're Wainwright. A chance for you. I mean, you're going to have a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3 here. So one, I hope Mudryk stretched out his groins because he's going to be forced to move a bit coming into this game cold after not playing all weekend. And if you're Wainwright, pot a couple. Why not?
Yeah, make it a little closer.
Make it a little closer. Give your fans something to cheer for. End your weekend on a high note.
McKinley, Goslin.
Number 31.
They'll switch and set up the one-timers. Goslin, wrister, wide, and it's going to go all the way out, and he bangs his stick in frustration.
It's always the risk when you try to pick that corner on the point shot when you're at the top of those circles. If you miss, that thing is rimming around hard, especially with these boards here in Wainwright.
Marchand. Marchand back to Goslin. Goes down low here. Goslin once again. Fanned on it, but McKinley has it. McKinley is kind of walking the line here. Goslin shot, big block there by Slobodin. Pop puck straight up.
Five-goal game. 5-goal game, still going down on one knee to block shots.
McKinley trying to go high, and I think Mudryk shouldered that one into the netting.
Yeah, Mudryk read that play well, knew he was going upstairs, so he quickly adjusted, brought his shoulder pads up a bit, knocked it out of place with 1:07 to go in the 5-on-3. A chance for Morinville to change their penalty killers.
3:29 left in the game. 40-26 are the shots in favor of the Kings. It's also 2:37 left on the penalty to Tyler Thorburn, the double minor. One for a high stick, one for a trip. Pfister, Creasy, and Fletcher out there for Wainwright. Mackay at the point, as is Fisher. Across for Creasy. Back to Mackay. Mackay, Creasy, looking for a tip in front, and it goes wide. Pfister all the way across for Fisher. Fires high. Puck bounces right back out off those bouncy boards. Mackay keeps it in. Goes down low to Fletcher, and unfortunately it goes off a stick and out of bounds, and Cavell will look at the penalty box and kind of give a smirk there. Here's Shibata over to Mackay, who just put it high. Mackay's had some looks, he just hasn't been able to hit the net yet. Fisher. 10 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Fisher trying to go down low. Shibata collects. Shibata cutting in, circles back. All the way over for Fisher, sets it up for Morgan Mackay. Shot was tipped maybe just wide there. Fisher, it's a 5-on-4 now for $1.22. Fisher all the way across for Mackay. Here's Mackay to Mackay. 47 is Zach, 21 is Morgan. Zach has it, looking across for Fisher, who is pinching down. Under 2 to go in the game. Shibata, back to Fisher, he fires. Tipped in front, Mudryk made a save. Puck bouncing out once again. And that's cleared by Carlson. 50 seconds left in the penalty.
We're getting another penalty though.
Fisher, it is against Morinville. Fisher for Herzog. Herzog trying to throw it back in front, blocked by Lejmadier, and Herzog got to be careful there. He stumbled over his own feet. Look at some of the saves by Mudryk as he's come in here in relief and gets an appearance. His name will be in the record books at Provincials, which is pretty cool. So we're going to get a 5-on-3. The penalty is to number 21 of Morinville, Shane Carlson. So 35 seconds of 5-on-3 to go here. Goslin. Marchand tried to go back to Goslin there. Tied up. Good play by Danesiuk to clear it. McKinley back to collect. And he will start back up ice. And we are into the final minute here of the round robin. McKinley cutting in over to Goslin. Back to McKinley, the one-timer goes wide. 5-on-3 is now over, and maybe Thorburn can come out of the box and chase. No, he just goes right to the bench. Goslin. Over to Tyler Dicker. Kind of falls over there and still gets it into the zone. Dicker bumps with Felice. Clausen trying to settle that puck down. Rolling on him a bit, back to Dicker. Over to Clausen. 15 to go. Guys just kind of going through the motions at the moment. Puck down on the Wainwright end, and that is going to do it. The Morinville Kings win this one 6-1, and they set up a date with the Daysland North Stars in tomorrow's Senior AA Provincial Final. We also know that Lethbridge will play Nampton for the 9th time this season, as the two will meet for bronze in the early game. Again, it was a pretty tight contest for 39 minutes, and then after that, Morinville took complete control of this one.
Couple goals late in that second period, 2 of them within 15 seconds of each other, we should add, and made it 4-1 going into the room, and some extended handshakes and hugs here on the Wainwright side of things as their season comes to an end and their hometown tournament does as well. The teams will line up to shake hands. Wainwright done. Morinville moving on to the finals. It's going to be them taking on Daysland. We can say that as a fact now. Going to be a hell of a game.
We didn't have to go to the fancy tiebreakers.
We saved ourselves the map.
That is good, even though we did it, just to be careful. Handshakes here. What can we say about this Wainwright team, Tyler, as they finish 0-3 here this season?
Well, the first game of the tournament, I thought they were in it for a bit, and then they missed a 5-on-3 in the second period when the game was still kind of close, and from then on, it was just kind of a big setback. They lost Saturday night, which meant their gold medal hopes were dashed, and here today, like you said, for 39 minutes, the best 39 minutes we saw from the Wainwright Rustlers was in the first 39 of this game. I was really impressed with them Thought they were bringing some energy. They're playing physical, and they were generating offense as well. And then from then on, it just sort of all slipped away. And at the end of the day, you have fun playing in your hometown, right? Of course, you want the results and all that, but when you're the host team, not one of the champion teams like Morinville that qualifies, I don't want to say you're happy to be here because you're competitive. You want to go out and win, but the experience is kind of what's important.
So the teams are just shaking the hands of the officials here. Good gesture, as I know they'll chirp the officials for 60 minutes, but then as long as they can shake hands and look at them in the eye afterwards, then they're okay.
Yeah, all good if you get the handshake in.
Yeah. We'll get the player of the game announcements here, as chosen by our own Tyler Yaremchuk.
From Wainwright, number 9,
Scott McCluskey, the player of the game for the Wainwright Rustlers.
They credited him with a goal, but I think it was actually his creative pass that did it. A couple of other moments in the game where he was really driving the offense. I like what McCluskey brought. And Zach Carr, he scored that goal late in the first. He added another one late in the second, and those two goals to me really were the difference, because the one late in the first, that changed things as well. It was controversial, but hey, it counted. It's on the score sheet. And then in the second, that goal to take it from 3-1 to 4-1 absolutely took the wind out of the sails of the Wainwright Rustlers. And we'll take a look. That was the goal that was credited to McCluskey, but I'm not sure if it was actually him who scored it. Regardless, Wainwright was on the board, and here's that goal from Carr as we get stick taps at center ice here from the Wainwright Rustlers, saluting their home crowd for the final time and just squeaking over the line. We just aren't 100% sure if it did actually go in before the buzzer. It counts 2-1, and then this goal from Cavell, just gorgeous, opening up Cade Spencer and sliding it 5-hole. And then again, quickly, bang, Granger on the power play, firing one home. A nice feed from Harris. 15 seconds later, Carr, his second of the game, sprung in, and once again that backhand opened him up, slide him 5-hole. Morinville went to that move a few times, and both times it paid off. Things got out of hand a little bit there in the final period. This Cavell goal, another beauty, a great play by Carlson to send it all the way down the ice, and then the defenseman on Wainwright just stood still, watched the puck kind of rainbow over them. By the time they noticed that Cavell was going to have a breakaway. And then that one there, that really sparked the rough stuff with the cross checks after the whistle. And although McRae scored, it eventually got him kicked out of the game. And that's where we stand. 6-1 is the final for Morinville. They're on to the finals.
Cade Spencer didn't have a chance on a lot of those goals. He was hung out to dry a little bit here tonight by his teammates. And again, we have the bronze medal and gold medal matches all set up. We have Lethbridge versus Nanton. That's at 11 o'clock tomorrow in the bronze medal match. And then the two undefeated teams, the Daysland North Stars and the Morinville Kings, will square off in the gold medal match at 3 o'clock Mountain Time. We're looking forward to both of those ones on a championship Sunday here in Wainwright. This has been an ICU Video Productions Procast. Dave Foley, you can see him slowly zooming out on the camera right now. Well done, Dave. Alex Testowich, the switcher. Rob Zitlau, our director. Tyler Yaremchuk, our awesome color commentator. And my name is Grayson Knutson. Thank you for watching Hockey Alberta Senior AA Provincials from Wainwright.